Hello and welcome to another edition of Itineraries in the territory of the Nevada Silver Trails. The towns that make up the character, the charm of the Nevada Silver Trails are filled with beauty, outdoor adventure, and history. Join us as we set out to explore what there is to see, what there is to do from Pioche, Nevada through the Mount Wilson Backcountry Byway. Pioche is 175 miles from Las Vegas, Nevada. Take Highway 15 towards Salt Lake City. When you get to Highway 93, there'll be a sign that says Pioche and Ely, Nevada. Make a left turn. Go 154 miles till you get to the town of Pioche. Off of 93, you're going to be making a left turn. Your first stop is going to be the Thompson's Opera House. Now, this is home to the Chamber of Commerce, and you can pick up all the information on the Mount Wilson Backcountry Byway here. Now, make sure you get groceries, snacks, drinks, whatever you're going to need for this trip. Also, make sure to get fuel here. There is nowhere on this loop where you can get gas. Okay, let's head back down Main Street. Once you get to Highway 93, you're going to see this sign. You're going to continue across the highway, and that will be the start of our road tour. But first, the Mount Wilson Backcountry Byway is a 66-mile loop that starts in Pioche, Nevada on the southern side and ends at Pony Springs Rest Area on the north side. Let's head back to Pioche, Nevada. Now we're going to be heading across Highway 93. This is State Route 322 and is the beginning of the Mount Wilson Backcountry Byway. Now, this video is number 4 in a series of 4 videos on this byway. If you go to PiocheNevada.com, you can see the other 3. Part 1 is from Pioche to Echo Dam Turnoff. These are actually driving tours, and what we do is we drive the road and we detail what there is to see and do on each road. Part 2 is from Echo Canyon Dam Turnoff to the Eagle Valley Resort. And Part 3 is from the Eagle Valley Resort to Spring Valley State Park. Okay, let's get this road tour underway. We're going to be starting at the Ranger Station just the other side of Spring Valley State Park. Now make sure to stop at the Ranger Station. This is going to be your first stop. They have detailed maps on how to get through this entire byway. There's not really a lot of signs here. Plus, we're going to help you out with driving footage like this. Also with Google Earth showing you the intersections and where to turn. Plus, they also carry plenty of brochures on the history of this entire area. Now, make sure you set your odometer to 0 right there at the Ranger Station. It's a total of 19 miles from Highway 93 to the Ranger Station, but we're going to be going by the mileage from the Ranger Station through the rest of the byway here. On the left-hand side is a campground called Ranch Campground, a beautiful little campground with grills, drinking water, and tables. They also have beautiful hiking trails that wind through these rocks, and most of the campgrounds overlook this beautiful meadow that runs parallel to the road. Okay, back to the road. Now, the first 17 miles of the Mount Wilson Backcountry Byway is all paved. This is where they get most of the traffic, most of the tourists come through. There's 2 state parks here, and there's also some great fishing, camping, hiking trails, bird watching. Make sure you get a brochure at the Ranger Station. Now, as you drive the byway, you're going to see a lot of history. There's a lot of old cabins, old stone buildings. In fact, this area has been inhabited since the mid-1860s. As we continue up the byway, keep an eye out for horses and cattle. This is ranching area back here and is considered open range. Now, livestock have the right-of-way out here and they're free to roam, as you can see here. Just move real slow and they'll get out of your way. Now, Mount Wilson sits at an elevation of 9,200 feet, which means they do get snow. So check out the Ranger Station for road conditions. The first 19 miles all the way to the Ranger Station is kept well-maintained year-round. They do suggest using a high-clearance vehicle or a 4x4 to traverse the rest of this highway. Coming up on the right-hand side is the historic Spring Valley Cemetery, which is the final resting ground for many of the pioneering families who helped settle this valley back in the 1860s, and a lot of the headstones, they extend back to that time period. As we pass the Pioneer Cemetery, we're going to go to Google Earth and show you how to get through the first 16 miles from the Ranger Station to your first sign. When you see roads like that, good rule of thumb, stay to the left. The first sign you're going to come to, don't get confused here, is at the 12-mile marker. Keep to the left. Go towards Camp Valley. A mile up the road, you're going to come to this sign. Everything points to the right, but again, keep to the left. When your odometer says about 16 miles, you're going to be seeing this sign, Mount Wilson Scenic Byway. We are going to be making a sharp left turn here and following the road up another 3 miles to the 19-mile marker. We will be making a sharp right turn here. There is a sign that does say Mount Wilson Scenic Byway. Okay, let's go back to the road. We're going to drive it a little bit, and I'll show you what you can expect to see when you're driving this byway. The byway winds through an ancient volcanic caldera. It's now forested in pinyon, juniper, and aspens at its lower elevations, and mountain mahogany and ponderosa pine at the higher elevations. Really spectacular scenery. Now, if for any reason you get the urge like, hey, let's stay the night, well, you're on BLM property back here. Anytime you see a turnout that's safe to get off the road, go ahead and pull over. Pitch a tent, stay the night in the car. You could do this up to 14 nights in a row. Okay, let's jump back to Google Earth. We're coming into another turn. You'll be approximately 26 miles here. Now, keep in mind, we're saying approximate because we have a 20-inch tire in our vehicle, and I know some people have 15-inch. I know it's not a lot of difference, but that's how come it's approximate. Okay, let's head back down to the road. We'll do some more driving. And if you look to your left, that's Mount Wilson on your left, but this is a right turn. The Mount Wilson area has been home to Native American Indians for literally thousands of years, and they left behind evidence of their passing in the form of petroglyphs and other artifacts. They're mainly in the Parsnip Peak area. Check out the ranger station for more information. They also have billboards or displays at Eagle Valley Dam and Spring Valley State Park. You have to pass that in order to get to here. Now, if you're into hunting or wildlife viewing, the big game species up here is the Rocky Mountain elk, mule deer, pronghorn antelope, desert bighorn sheep, and of course, the mountain lion. These big game resources make the Mount Wilson area a premier destination. Okay, let's head back to Google Earth. At the 33-mile marker, there's no signs or anything here, but looks like a major dirt road. Make a right turn here. Now we're going to head to the 35-mile marker. It's just 2 miles up the road, and we'll be making a left turn. You'll see a sign that says Atlanta to the right, which is a ghost town, definitely worth a trip. But we're going to be making a left turn. We're going to be heading 10 miles, and this is Pony Springs Rest Area, and we're back at Highway 93. Now, if you make a left turn, you follow that orange line, that will get you right back into Pioche. A right turn will take you to Ely, Nevada. To see more video on what there is to do and see around Pioche, go to PiocheNevada.com or NevadaSilverTrails.com. Thanks for joining us on this edition of Itineraries, the Mount Wilson Backcountry Byway and Pioche, Nevada, and we'll see you on your next edition of Itineraries in the territory of the Nevada Silver Trails.